We at Buffalo Style. I'm Victoria Hong.
And I'm Joe Arena.
And I'm Allie Hartwick.
All right, we are continuing our week-long going back to school tips and everything. And today, you know, the backpacks. Kids need to know how to wear the backpacks, not to sustain permanent back injury. We're going to have our expert, Dr. Stephen Lana, in with his two kids, cute as can be. And they're going to teach us how to have our kids wear their backpacks.
Yeah, definitely a right and a wrong way to use them. And also in the hot sauce, we're talking about what to do if you suspect that your children might be sexting.
That's, I hope
it happens. That's why we're talking.
Kids aren't sexting. We're also going to take a look at some of the hottest fashions for your kids, which, you know, back to school, that's the best part, is buying new
Dressing
clothes.
your kids up.
Already as a kid, I remember, I loved that. Okay, did you guys wake up last night? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
1:48 in the morning, I woke up and I did not go back to bed because I was so scared. It felt like a building fell down outside my window. What's happening?
It was loud. There was lightning out. It woke everybody up. But this weather is nothing compared to what folks down in the south are going to be experiencing likely with Hurricane Irene gaining strength and approaching the U.S. eastern seaboard. Guess what? Of all people, ironically, meteorologist, our chief meteorologist on Channel 4, Don Paul, he is down right in the thick of things. Don actually had to cut short his vacation on the Outer Banks, in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and then follow a mandatory evacuation of Ocracoke Island yesterday. He says he took the gamble when he decided to travel there at this time of year, and that most people appear concerned but generally calm about the whole situation. They've probably been through it before.
Yeah, I know people get evacuated a lot this time of year in that area. We were just down there, a friend and their family and I, a few weeks ago, and we really get the last week that you're kind of guaranteed not to have any problems like that, and that's beginning of August. This is hurricane season, but it's great to go because rates are really, really low, and you can get an inexpensive, awesome vacation.
Right. Never thought of that.
Yeah.
It's also helpful for us that we have a meteorologist down there right now, so in case something does happen, he's there. I just want to know, Don, what were you thinking, man? You've been doing this for how many years, and you planned a trip? I mean, he did say I took a risk, you know, and that picture, you know, I'm sure he doesn't look that confident where he is right now, because, you know, he looked great in that little shot we just put up, but,
you know, because he's working now, he can actually write off the vacation. I might mention that to him.
So he's very smart.
You knew that, right?
He's actually very smart.
Right. At the end of the day, yeah.
Well, no matter what the weather is, this weekend is sure to be very exciting because a Buffalo landmark is reopening. The Statler Towers, which, you know, Western New Yorkers will be able to go inside for the first time in a long time and see all the work that they've been doing since Mark Croce bought it. The Irish Festival is moving in for the weekend, and they're expecting to bring up to 10,000 people there to see the new renovated interior. I think this is exciting because we never thought it'd happen.
Awesome. Yeah. I love it.
I love the Statler, the whole concept that it's not going to be torn down because it's such a Buffalo landmark. And Mark Croce, you know, if somebody's going to do it, he knows how to.
Yeah, he seems very enthusiastic about this whole event. He's talking about what's going in there and what's coming, and
he's got a vision.
Exactly, and it's great talking to him, and that's got to encourage other people maybe to, you know, buy some property downtown and keep building, you know, move in the right direction.
You hear about all the things he wants to do, and he wants to, like, you know, make it very upscale, and it just reminds me of all the stories that I always hear my grandmother tell, and I'm sure so many people in Western New York have heard stories, or maybe even were there back when the Statler Towers was the swanky, great place to go downtown.
Absolutely.
And maybe it'll be like that again.
Oh, let's hope so. All right, it's back to school week, obviously, and, you know, part of the supplies you get ready are, you know, computer supplies. And, I mean, how many Apple products do you guys own, at least? Probably
hundreds.
A couple each, right?
I think I have my iPhone with me.
Probably, right?
Yep.
There's got to be an iPhone within 10 feet of us. Well, here's some bad news, maybe. Steve Jobs, Apple's famous founder and CEO, he stepped down yesterday, made the announcement. He's been very sick recently, of course, as you may recall. He was treated for pancreatic cancer in 2004 and later had a liver transplant. Then earlier this year, he went on medical leave for the third time. So obviously, he can't handle, you know, the stress of dealing with his health and the job, but it's a pretty big move right there.
You want to hear something interesting? I learned about Steve Jobs. My husband was just in Green Bay. I'm from right outside of Green Bay. He was an adopted child. His biological birth mother is from Green Bay. She and a fellow college student at 23 conceived him, moved to California, and put him up for adoption. He then connected at 27 years old with his sister, biological sister, who was raised by the mother in Green Bay, and now they are best of friends. And she is a successful author, Mona Simpson. She's a novelist and very successful in her own right. And together they have said that they've noticed just with each other that their similarities in appearance and their thought process. Both are considered geniuses.
Tell me that story again.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, but yeah, that's, wow.
Yeah,
amazing.
He's a very deep person.
He is, and I think everybody is really rooting for him. And I mean, it's odd. He's the CEO of a company. How connected do people usually feel of a CEO?
Right.
But Steve Jobs, everybody kind of loves, mainly because through Apple we feel connected to him, and it's disheartening and it's sad, and you just hope the best for him and the company.
And I think it will be good for him because obviously he can just focus on his health, which is, of course, the most important thing. If you don't have your health, what do you have? You know, so so at least in this case, you know, it's probably going to be good for him, but you won't see him in the public eye as much. So.
I know people are concerned that the business may flail as well because he is considered the brainchild, and maybe several people will need to
How
at
do you
least
replace
you can't.
one? Yeah.